Welcome to Suvarna's educational channel. We have started this channel in order to enlighten everyone.
Hello children, welcome back to social class. How are you all? Hope you all are happy and healthy. Children, before to begin our session, please keep all your requirements ready so that whenever I pose questions to you, you can answer. You're going to learn part 5 from the first lesson in history, that is paper 2, changing cultural traditions in Europe from 1300 to 1800. Before to begin our session, children, let's quickly see the answers for the home assignment that I have given you in your previous session. Have you all done your home assignment, children? Very good. Please check your answers. Children, do you all have all these points in your answers? If not, please ensure that all these points are in your answers. In your previous class, you have learnt architecture and what is the meaning of architecture, printing press and how it had affected the human thinking, and also the new concept of human beings, how a man of culture should be, learning good manners, and so on. Today you are going to learn the aspirations of women and the debates within Christianity, which is also called as Reformation. Let's quickly see the aspirations of women. During this time, women were not given any importance in the society, especially in aristocratic families. I repeat, children, in aristocratic families, women were not given any importance. They were looked down very much and they were kept to be as the keepers of the households. They were not even encouraged to advise their husbands in the families. So, the new ideal of individuality and citizenship completely excluded women completely. And their freedom was very much limited. They could not perform any public roles. Whereas the position of women in merchant's family is quite different. Let's see how. The women in the merchant's family were given a lot of freedom to advise their husbands, and whenever their husbands were away from the house for the work, these women used to assist their business. If a man dies in the family, the widowed woman had to perform the entire public roles that the man was performing before. Therefore, these women in the merchant's family had a lot of freedom in everything. Let's see, during this time there were some of the remarkable women. One of them is Venetian Cassandra Fedali. She had written a famous quotation during this time. Let's see what's that quotation. Even though the study of literature promises and offers no reward for women and no dignity, every woman ought to seek and embrace these studies. Venetian Cassandra Fedele had mentioned that even though women were not given a lot of importance in the society and there was no reward for their work and no dignity was given, but still women should always embrace the studies that gives her the real dignity. And Venetian Cassandra Fedeli was one of a handful of women who questioned that women were incapable of achieving the humanistic culture. She was a feminist. She stood for the women. She was well known for her proficiency in Greek and Latin. She was one of the many Venetian women writers who criticized the Republic for creating a highly limited definition of freedom that favored the desires of men over those of women. What does it mean? Because men were enjoying all the freedom in everything, but women were sidelined. They were not given any dignity and they were not rewarded for their work. They were just kept to be as the keepers of the household. That's the reason she's against the people who said that women are incapable of achieving humanistic culture. And during this time, we have also another remarkable woman who is called as Isabella de Este. She was the Marquesa of Mantua. Mantua is a small state. Okay. So, what do you mean by Marquesa? Marquesa is nothing but the wife of Marchioness. Marchioness means he is belonging to the noble rank. Therefore, whenever her husband was absent, Isabella de Este used to rule the state. Mantua, a small state, was known for its intellectual brilliance. Once again, I repeat, children, Mantua, a small state which was known for its intellectual brilliance. Women's writings revealed their conviction that they should have empowerment, economic power, and property and education, which will help the state to be developed. Children, here is a small task for you. Here are the questions. Please start answering. Excellent, children. Have you all written correctly? Please check your answers if they are correct or not. Very good, children. Let's enter into the next topic, that is debates within Christianity, which is also called as Reformation. Let's see why there was debates within Christianity. As you have seen that in earlier times in the Middle Ages, church was dominating the common people. Isn't it? You have learned that in your previous classes. So, church became very powerful, very dominant, and also it became very corrupt. It was extorting, taking away a lot of money from the common people in different situations. So, all these were not tolerated by the humanists. They started to attack the Roman Catholic Church and question why there is a need for priesthood. Why can't we talk to God directly? Why do we need middleman to talk to God? Therefore, rechecking of religion. Once again, I repeat, children, the rechecking of religion started within Christianity. That's the reason there was debates within Christianity. Understood, children? There was a rechecking of a religion started within Christianity, and this caused the Reformation in 16th century. Let's see further what happened. Philosophers were inspired in a belief that in a distant God who created man but allowed him complete freedom to live freely in pursuit of happiness here and now. So, philosophers were also inspired that God who had created, God who is in distant, who is far away, who had created the human being, had given complete freedom to enjoy, had given complete freedom for the man to enjoy the life here and now. Then Christian humanists like Thomas More in England, Erasmus in Holland. Once again, I repeat, children, Christian humanists like Thomas More in England and Erasmus in Holland felt that church had become greedy and extorting money from the common people. So, church was really cheating the people during this time. One of the favorite methods of the clergy was to sell indulgence. What do you mean by indulgence? Indulgence is nothing but it is a document which is sold by the church, by the clergy. Apparently that if they buy these documents or the indulgence, they will be freed from the burden of the sins that they have committed. So, people were also believing whatever the church was during that time. That's the reason they were also buying these indulgences, thinking that they will be freed from the sin. After the printing press was invented, as you have seen in your previous session, Johannes Gutenberg had invented the printing press and he had copied, there were 150 copies in his workshop printed. Okay, 150 copies of Bibles were circulated. Therefore, Christians came to realize from the printed translations of the Bible in local languages that their religion did not permit such practices. People started to realize that it is not what their religion exactly teaches. Therefore, we have Martin Luther who sparked off the Protestant Reformation in 1517. Very important, children, note down. When was the Protestant Reformation took place? In 1517. In every part of the Europe, peasants started to rebel against their taxes imposed by the church. Therefore, in 1517, as I have said, Martin Luther had campaigned against Catholic Church and argued that a person did not need any priest to contact with God, but rather have complete faith in God, for faith alone leads them to right path and salvation. Once again, I repeat, children, Martin Luther, who had campaigned against the Roman Catholic Church and questioned why we need a priest as a mediator. And then he says, only faith in God can help the human beings to reach right path and entry to heaven. This caused Protestant Reformation. What is the meaning of Protestant Reformation? It is a religious movement that began as an effort to reform the Catholic Church. Once again, I repeat, children, Protestant Reformation is a religious movement that began as an effort to reform the Catholic Church. Very important, please note down. You might be wondering what is a Protestant church and what is a Catholic church, isn't it? Protestants were the people who got separated from the Roman Catholic Church. It is a type of Christianity. Okay, Roman Catholic Church and Protestant Church, these two churches are the types of Christian churches. As we have seen, Roman Catholic Church was corrupt, dominant, and so on. People got separated from this Roman Catholic Church and called themselves as Protestants. As I have said, Martin Luther, who was a monk, put paper to the door of Castle Church in Wittenberg, criticizing the Catholic Church. So what he did? He posted the papers on the doors of the Castle Church in Wittenberg, criticizing the Roman Catholic Church. Therefore, this movement led to the churches in Germany and Switzerland and breaking their connections with Pope and the Catholic Church. That's how the Protestants got emerged. Protestant Church got emerged. In Switzerland, Luther's ideas were spread by Ulrich Zwingli, later by John Calvin, who had spread the ideas of Martin Luther, children, Ulrich Zwingli, later on by John Calvin. So therefore, John Calvin also had continued to spread the ideas of Martin Luther. However, wherever the merchants and the reformers were there, there was a great influence had occurred, which means Roman Catholic Church had fallen. But in rural places, rural areas, the church had continued to have its influence over people. So other reformers like Anabaptists, we have seen Martin Luther, Aldrich Zwingli, John Calvin, and we have also Anabaptists. They are also reformers who were even more radical. They blended the idea of salvation with the end of oppression. They said a man can get salvation only when there is end of oppression. God created everyone equal. They were not expected to pay taxes. This is what Anabaptists had told. So achievements of these reformists was to translate Bible into the popular languages of people and the printing large quantities and making them to be available. So what was the achievement? By printing so many copies in local languages and circulating the people. What will they gain, children, if they circulate and making the Bible to be available for every common people? Only when people come to know what the religion is exactly, then they can think and they will recheck and reform their own religion. That's the reason reformists had taken a lot of effort to circulate the printed copies of the Bible to every people. And the ideas of Reformation took hold of many people in Germany, Poland, France, and England. Once again, I repeat, children, these ideas of Reformation took hold of many people in Germany, Holland, France, and England. Thus, the monopoly of the church was forever broken. What is this, children? You have seen in your previous session. This is the St. Peter's Square in Rome. It is the Basilica. The Catholic Church did not escape the impact of these ideas, isn't it? So, they began to recheck, reform itself. In Spain and Italy, the churchmen emphasized for a simple life and service to the church. Slowly, Catholic Church also started to find out their own mistakes and they started to recheck and reform their own religion by emphasizing the simple life and service to the poor. As a Protestant Reformation was very effectively spreading, very rapidly spreading to different countries. Now we have as a counter reformation. As a counter reformation in Catholic Church, Ignatius Loyola played a great role. There was a counter reformation by Ignatius Loyola. Okay. In Spain, Ignatius Loyola, in attempt to combat Protestantism, he set up the Society of Jesus, whose mission was to serve the poor and widen their knowledge. So his followers were called as Jesuits. So what is counter-reformation, children? Since there was a lot of rapid spread of Protestantism, Protestant Reformation, we have Ignatius Loyola who had done the counter-reformation. What was the counter-reformation? Being the part of the Catholic Church, he had set up the Society of Jesus, okay, and their main aim was to serve the poor and also widen their knowledge. All these followers of Ignatius Loyola were called as Jesuits. Okay, children, hope you all have understood whatever is taught right now. Here are some of the questions. Please start answering. I will give you few seconds of time. Have you all answered the questions, children? Here are your answers. Please check if they are correct or not. Excellent children. Let's quickly review today's session. You have seen the aspirations of women, especially during this time. In aristocratic families, women were not given much importance. They were not allowed to perform any public roles. They were looked down and they were kept to be as the keepers of the households. And they were not even encouraged to advise their husbands. But the position of women in merchants' family is quite different. Women used to perform public roles whenever their husbands were away from the family. It is the women who is to assist their business and encourage to advise their husbands and so on. During this time, we have two remarkable women. One is Cassandra Fedale and the other one is Isabella d'Este. And you have also seen debates within Christianity. What caused debates? Because Roman Catholic Church was corrupt, dominant, and therefore humanists started thinking about this and started to criticize and question the Roman Catholic Church, and they got separated from the Roman Catholic Church. Martin Luther King played a great role in Protestant Reformation, rapid spread of Protestant Reformation, and we have Martin Luther, Ulrich Zwingli, and John Calvin, who had played a major role in spreading the Protestant Reformation. And later on, we have, as a counter-reformation from the Catholic Church, Ignatius Loyola also had set up Society of Jesus. He called his followers as Jesuits. Their main aim was to serve the poor and also widen their knowledge. And the church itself did not stop rechecking. It started to reform itself and emphasized a main thing that they should follow the simplicity of life and service to the poor. Children, hope you all have understood and have enjoyed this session. Let's quickly see the home assignment. Here are some of the questions. Please start noting down. We will discuss the answers in our next session. Very good, children. Hope you all have enjoyed this session. In our next session, we will meet with more interesting topics, that is beginning of the modern science and also exploration of sea routes, and if there was Renaissance in Europe during the 15th century, during the 14th century. Okay, children, meet you all in our next session. Till then, take care. Bye.